Good morning guys, it's Friday morning. I just tried filming a video literally a few seconds ago and I am still not really that coherent. My speech and dialogue is not coherent. I haven't had a coffee yet. I know I really shouldn't be that dependent on it, and sometimes I go through waves of not having it and switching it up, but I clearly need one this morning. Anyway, I've got my sourdough on the go, got my sausage rolls on the go in the oven behind, morning buns proofing, and I thought for the rest of this video later on I'd shoot 5 things that I wish I knew before starting my micro bakery business, because it may be helpful for you guys if you're starting your own micro bakery businesses or you've already started, and you can learn from my mistakes over the past 3 years. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm happy it's the weekend. I don't have anything to do this weekend, which in terms of work, which is nice. Yeah, I am gonna make myself a coffee because this gal cannot speak. First micro bakery lesson I wish I knew at the beginning of my journey. Bakery equipment is really expensive. Try and see if you can get secondhand anywhere, like my mixer, my other oven. Yeah, it is crazy expensive. I know of auctions online that you can do. Obviously it's so dependent on which country you're based in, where you're from. But I know here in the UK there are bakery auctions that you can go to and you can bid on second-hand equipment. There are also vendors, so I bought my second-hand oven from Beam Baking, would highly recommend. Mr. Beam on Instagram. He has all sorts of second-hand bakery equipment going for cheaper prices. I got my mixer, luckily, really luckily, from Campbell, who made my other oven. He was very kind because he just had it in his warehouse and he offered it to me at a really decent price, and it has lasted me so well. So second lesson that I wish I knew at the beginning of starting my micro bakery journey is really think about the products that you want to sell. Think about the things that you personally love to make, and also you really have to think about how profitable it is as well, because at the end of the day it's a business and there are certain items which sell better, which are more profitable. So yes, you can obviously sell beautiful bread if you want to, but I would definitely recommend trying to offer a sweet product, like small individual sweet products like buns, like brownies, cookies, things that customers are always drawn to, because like we're humans, we love sugar, we love treating ourselves, and it's those items, if you really consider your fridge space, if you consider your oven space as like money essentially. I know it sounds a little bit crass, but if you really consider each rack as like how much money you're going to be bringing in, rather than big loaves in your oven which are going to take 45 minutes as opposed to like 100 cookies which will take 10-15 minutes to bake, and you'll make so much more money that way. It's important because you can get carried away with the love of it, but at the same time you have to pay yourself and you have to pay the bills. Third lesson, go on bakery stages, so bakery work experience, and go and learn from other bakers who are so much more talented, so much more experienced, and have so much more wisdom than you do. I can tell from my own experience of being on, how many stages have I been on? Ursa Minor, Happy Pear, E5 Bakehouse, Orange Bakery. 4 stages, and I'd love to do more. I have learned so much from all of those bakers in terms of how they organize their day, their production, how they manage sourdough, how they work as a team, everything, all the small details from the business point of view as well, how they really operate and make it work. Definitely go, because they're free. You don't have to pay for any courses. You just have to show up with a good attitude, get the job done, and help out where you can. And just ask, go to your local bakery and see if they'll have you for just a day, and just be helpful. Just wash up, do all the boring bits and bobs, but just see how they work and learn from them. Okay, so the next lesson that I wish I knew at the beginning of my micro bakery journey would be, not every aspect of running a business will come easy or naturally to you, and that's everything from, for me personally, taxes, getting staff, hiring staff, getting staff organised on the payroll, all of the admin side of things, insurance, everything, managing staff, managing expectations, all of that stuff really doesn't come naturally to me. Why? Because I've never done it before, and obviously there's going to be a huge learning curve and huge growth, but you've just got to give yourself some grace that you're never going to learn everything, you're never going to naturally be good at everything when it comes to running a business. So if you have other people around who are better at those sorts of things, definitely delegate, but when it's just you, just like give yourself time and patience to find the style that works for you and your business. Yeah. Okay, the next lesson that I wish I knew at the beginning of my micro bakery journey would be, there are going to be really, really, really challenging days where they push you to the limits, especially if you're a self-taught baker and you're scaling up for the first time. I remember throughout my first year, I had so many meltdowns, there were so many tears. It was just pure chaos, I'm not gonna lie. When I first started doing farmers markets, it was madness. And then throw in a few thunderstorms, throw in cancelled markets when you've baked all of your produce from scratch and you've got all of this produce that you can't sell at the market because it's been cancelled, and you have to pivot. But out of these challenges, as long as you can problem solve quickly, and that is the amazing thing about small businesses, we're really dynamic, we can change it up really, really swiftly. As long as you problem solve, get your head down and just move on and try and find a solution quickly, that is really, really going to help. And also know, like, if something really difficult has happened that day, it's okay, give yourself some time and just try and move on in the next few days and learn from it. That is the biggest thing, learning from it, because I feel like when you run a business there are so many challenges every single week. You really just learn to ride those waves, and I've become so much more resilient through all of this. Yes, things still really affect me some days, especially when you put literally everything, all your heart and soul into your work, and you know, you're throwing curveballs. It's just, I feel like it's a big amplification of life in general when you run your own business, because so many things go wrong every single week. But just really learning to kind of be more surfer and like surf and ride those waves, and like cherish the good times and also learn from the difficult times too. And I think the final lesson that I wish I knew at the beginning of my micro bakery journey is that you'll have to make sacrifices. And I think this goes for like any business you're running. yeah, I've had to make a lot of sacrifices. Like, I do not really go out in the evenings that often. I have not been to like a club in a long time. I just rarely go out because I have to go to bed so early to wake up so early in the morning. And that does have a knock-on effect on your social life, obviously. I do make plans with friends in the morning, in the daytime, most of the time, and when I'm not working the next day I'll try and go out in the evenings. But I would say, yeah, when you're running your own business, there will be sacrifices that you make. And even just like from an energy point of view, like I just get so exhausted, so tired, especially after markets, and I think you have to give yourself the grace and time to just recover and rest and just realize that it's not like a 9 to 5 running your own business. It's more like 24/7, not 24/7, but definitely like 6 or 7 days a week, some weeks. And yeah, there will be sacrifices in any job that you have, I'm sure, but especially so when you're a baker and you're working on a different time frame. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this video useful in some way. Leave me a comment down below, let me know what you want to see next week. And yeah, I wish you all the best on your micro bakery business journey if you guys are going down that route. And yeah, just leave me any questions, any queries at all, either on Instagram or YouTube. Lots of love to you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.